All right, so I'm gonna show you how you can create those branded type of assets, still images for your brand by giving a bunch of items, input items such as the logo, your font, headline, subheadline, CTA, and then a hero that will take place on every of the ads. So to do that, I'm just gonna show you quickly how it would look like. So essentially, you can give your input here, and then you would give the logo as I was mentioning, then your brand kits such as colors, primary color, secondary color. Then you can provide a font such as, for example, here for Chanel it's called Couture, and then you can generate the different types of tone, and the tone is going to be represented visually. So it's not about the tone of voice. Tone of voice is going to be the the copy that you're going to give that will appear on the picture itself. But when it comes to the tone for the type of visual assets that you will give, here, for example, channel is going to be premium, and you will see it looks like this. So you have this nice type of font, and then everything looks like we want to highlight this product with elegance. Then let's say if you go with a tone that is more playful, let me show you here for IKEA example, that is a lot less like a premium vibe. It's more like a family vibe, so we want to make it more playful. This is, by the way, just 4 sets that I'm showing you for this example, but you can make it your own, and then basically what you get as an output, sometimes it's kind of modest, but we can see that sometimes it's like going really over the top. That would be a little bit too much, and then you have these ones that are getting quite very close to the IKEA branding. So these were generated from whatever I showed you at the top, and then you get this whole bunch. This really looks like what IKEA would put together. This is really too much. They wouldn't have like flying chairs and stuff like that. So this would be a fail, but we have an internal, there is a mechanism that asks you for feedback, and when you leave the feedback, it can auto improve over time. So this is an ongoing process, but let's say these type of images are being produced. You even have matching carpet at the bottom. So this all has been generated, and everything has been placed, accordingly to what an ad should be looking like. So that's just to show you an example. Now I will show you how you can actually pack this into your Claude Code straight away. So all you will need to have is a connector to your ad platform, and then you will need to have our repo connected as a skill, as a plugin, and then you can just start operating from there. So all you need to install this plugin is to come here, say plugin, manage plugins, and then marketplace. You can just add, the link of this repo, and then, it's plugin. It keeps closing on me, and then you can just paste the URL. Marketplace, and then click on add, and you will see it's being added, and then you can start using it. So then how can you use that? So you're just going to prompt and say, can you create an ad for me using the Runflow creative plugin? And then it will start analyzing. There's a bunch of steps that we are going to go through. The first time you have to install an API key. You have free credit when you start. Then it will ask you for the brand guideline and such. For example, the ratio to produce the images. So so now it's telling you don't have an API key yet. So this is essentially the link to create the API key in 2 clicks. So you click there. It opens up. When it's the first time, it will ask you to also create a Runflow account. It's just a matter of clicking 2 buttons to connect to Google or whatever you're using as provider. And then here you have the scope. Just leave it as is, and then click on create. You copy that. This obviously I will delete it. And then here, what you do, you just paste. Here is the temporary key for the showcase video. Okay. All right. it already knows where it needs to save the key. It will add it to your files automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. Then here, essentially, there are like a few steps, right? One of them is to create your brand. The brand is, as I was showing here, is just composed of a few things. So it's gonna ask you for a logo file, file path. So you need to have it locally for it to be saved, and then essentially give 2 colors, the type of font. So they have their own font, which is called IKEA Sans. So that would be the font, and then the tone, whatever you need for your own brand. So this is how I did set up for Runflow. I also have one for Chanel, as you can see. So let's select the one for Runflow. So now we're going through that process. All right, now I need the hero image. So I will go and get the path and then come back and load it in so we can start generating. All right, so I have my path name. There you go. So you can also, so let's say, for example, here I have this Aspire connector. You can also just provide, a URL. It can work really fine with that. Okay. Now it's gonna ask me the headline, subhead, CTA, and then here, just for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna say it. Can you provide the copy for me? Yeah. So there is also marketing skills that's being baked into this skill that helps you, avoiding the basics like the M dashes, the negative parallelism that everyone knows is from AI. So all those are already being respected. Need to be looked at somewhere in polka dots, bow prints. Yeah. All right. So these are the basics. I'm not saying that you should be using just those copies without thinking. So this is just to give you the base and to, for the sake of this example, and also at the least it will check if anything goes wrong with your copy. So that's basically, let's say, a sparring buddy more than the whole creator. Example 2. Okay, let's just say 2. I want number 2. And now it's gonna start creating. There you go. So premium. Now the tone for this round. I want to make it technical dev tool. Okay. Oh, and then the platform. Yes. I need meta. Oh, okay. Let's say I need to have a story and meta. So yeah. Even let's do Pinterest. So I can show you 2 different types of formats. So it's gonna go through. All right, and now it's gonna start generating. So let's come back when we have the result and analyze them together. There you go. So the generation is now finished, and what I get in return is this little table. The goal is to make it as simple as possible to work with. So this work for when you have a bunch of assets. If you need to generate hundreds of them, then you might want to have this type of dashboard being duplicated for you. To essentially, this is also possible to essentially go through those and just say like this, like this, and then say what you want to push, and then click on a button that essentially do a batch job of validation. So that's also possible. Those are templates, so they can be duplicated for anyone that wants it. So now let's open those 2. All right, so now we have our 2 ads. With the logo, headline, subheadline, CTA, and then the hero that I provided. So to me, they look quite cool. The jumpsuit everyone keeps asking about. So Yeah, don't worry about the copy. The goal of the skill that is within this repo is to double check if there is anything odd in terms of like making it look like AI. But okay, these copies are not what I would be pushing, but just look at how everything is displaying all together. So this is one, this is another one in the other format, and I actually really like how everything is being put together. So yeah, there you go. So now you have your ads. So now it asks you which one do you want to go live with. So that's when the next, for example, connector with Aspira would pick in. So if you say I wanted to find to go live, and so so it's also asking you for your opinion on those pictures. And why is leaving your opinion very important? Because we have on top of those workflows that are using the AI solutions that allows to place everything in the right spot, because we don't just use closed source model such as Banana or GPT Image 2. We use them, but we use them in a series of steps that goes through quality and making sure everything is in the right place. So that's what we call the workflows. But then on top of that, we have an algorithm that can help to self-improve the generation, because what you get with other solutions on the market is that you generate your ads, it's wrong, and then the next time it's going to be wrong again and again and again. So here what we've built is this algorithm that if you train it, we basically take this feedback in and then reapply it later on for the workflow. So it's not something that is going to be visible like straight away in the next generation, but we ingest this feedback and re-implement it into the workflow that I was talking about previously. And just over time, your ads will be better. So this one is actually great, but sometimes you might feel something is odd and you might want to comment on that. So all this feedback is like super important to make the process becoming smarter and smarter. So then for now, everything's positive for this example, but if anything is negative, please tell the agent so it self-improves. And then now, all right, then now it's just saving that everything is correct. So let me know what you think about this whole repo, if you would use it in conjunction with other tools, with connectors to your ads account. So yeah, cheers, I'm open to any feedback, and thanks for watching.